Hello StarCraft fans, this is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between BlackRa and Kawaiian on Dusk Towers. Hey, Heartless, you think that's a play on White-Ra?
Absolutely, I do think it is.
Well, anyway, as you can tell, with me is our friend Heartless. I already cast a couple games with him on the channel. For those of you who haven't already, go ahead and check out his YouTube channel. It is really good. He's been doing daily Legacy of the Void casts himself. So for those of you who just can't get enough of this game, it is a good place to go check out and to listen to and subscribe and all that good stuff. And right here in the bottom of Dusk Towers, we have the Red Protoss player representing Trance. I don't know who that dude is. It is BlackRa.
And spawning up in the top right-hand corner as our blue Terran, it is Kawaiian. What do you make of PvT on Orbital Shipyard? I'm sorry, not Orbital Shipyard, Dusk Towers.
Dusk Towers. Honestly, I think PvT in general is a pretty fun matchup to cast. Get a lot of requests for those on the channel. In general, if the Terran player decides to go for straight up bio, the answer tends to be, at least from the Protoss player, to go Disruptors. A couple good Disruptor shots can wipe out a bunch of Marines and Marauders all at once, and then from there it's clear sailing for the Protoss. However, we have been seeing a lot more Liberators mixed into play, some Banshee plays as well, a lot of different air techniques that can actually harass the Protoss that the Disruptor can't really handle. So I expect to maybe see some of that here from Kawaiian. Kawaiian's been playing enough that I feel like he has this matchup down to a science, and I'm really interested to see what he's planning on doing.
Absolutely, and one of the things that makes going air so good on Dusk Towers is how vulnerable that mineral line in the main base can be, because there's so much airspace back there that it's really easy to set up a Liberator and take out their mineral line, or even fly an Oracle in if they don't have any defense. It's just so incredibly easy to do that.
It is, and again, even coming around the left side, if you're on the bottom, the left side to that base, the second base for BlackRa or the second base for Kawaiian, really easy drops there as well. You can get a drop along that right side that doesn't really have to pass anything on the ground, and again, super duper vulnerable to that type of thing, which is why we'll see a lot of Zerg players throw down their first base on the low ground, or rather the second base on the low ground, and that way they don't have to worry about drops into their natural until they're quite ready to deal with that. Yep.
Another thing I found is harassing is really nice as Terran if you're able to. Number one, they have to not see it coming in order to make sure they don't have a really good defense. But if you're jukey enough and you have maybe like double medevac drop, you can actually drop the second and the third continuously and get some pretty good stuff down. But as I'm saying that, we got a proxy Stargate.
We do. Proxy Stargate coming up. I have to imagine that's going to be an Oracle. Oracles against Terran are really good. And look at this. Kawaiian already has Marines sitting behind that mineral line. There aren't enough of them yet. I'd prefer to see at least 5 Marines to deal with an Oracle, but as it stands, 3 might be enough to chase that guy away. But yeah, I mean, this happens enough Terrans that are going to get a missile turret and a few Marines up just to make sure they don't lose all of their SCVs at all in one fell swoop.
Yeah, because that's the last thing you want, is losing your entire mineral line, because it has happened to many a Terran, and when that happens, well, I know I'm stating the obvious, but you find yourself in a really crappy situation, but you find yourself in a crappy situation that you could have prevented.
Yeah, and you feel so bad when that happens too.
Oh, and just as we say it, he moves the Marines out. Oh, no.
They're going to deal with this Adept at the front. The Adept might just be trying to distract these Marines and doing a pretty good job of it. She's sending shades up. She's doing shots off on that supply depot. Might try to kill a couple Marines on her own. So she's very low on health, though, and actually the timing didn't quite work out there. The Adept might have wanted to attack the front when the Oracle is actually ready to go, but as it stands, the Marines are sitting around that front door and leaving that mineral line entirely unprotected.
Yep, well, a few more got built, so there's 3 of them. The Oracle's going to come in, and yeah, going to immediately. Sorry, there was a 4th one that was hiding. It's going to immediately get shooed away, and so now this Oracle is predominantly going to be for vision.
Yeah, it's going to be for vision. It might try to pick off some additional SCVs, maybe that back here in the natural base. There are no turrets here. 1 SCV does fall, but they're running pretty well. The Oracle's about out of energy here. It's up to 3 kills, 4 kills, 5 kills. Can it get 6? No. Ran out of energy at 5 kills, which is pretty good considering how many Marines Kawaiian had and how ready he was for that.
Might as well consider it 6, considering one of them was a mule, though.
True.
That was a nice pickoff.
Truth. What? Tempest? Okay,
yeah,
so follow-up on the Stargate is a Tempest.
Yeah, he hit that fleet beacon like a champ. I don't know what to make of going Tempest on this. I really don't.
I mean, you can sit back in that dead space of air you mentioned earlier and just kind of pick off units, but I mean, a couple of Vikings come out, or I guess Liberators might do pretty well in that situation at the same time. I don't know. I mean, the drop's going to see it too. Here come the Medevac's going to fly right over this Stargate, might actually land and kill it.
Just as the Tempest pops out,
yeah,
he knows it's coming.
He does. He sees the Tempest. He's going to go ahead and burn down the Stargate immediately. The Tempests are going to try to save it, but look at that. A two-shot. They two-shot Marine. Just not enough DPS against these light units to make it work. The Stargate does end up falling. A third Nexus is on the way for BlackRa, and Kawaiian is now dealing with a Tempest at the mineral line.
That's just wonky. I think that's the right word for that, because you don't expect a Tempest at this time. Now, what I'm wondering is how much does Kawaiian have to stop? It's not Kawaiian, BlackRa to stop this drop, and honestly, it's not much.
No, it's not. The Marines dropping right on in. They're going to force a cancel. There are too many Marines for this Oracle to handle. Adepts trying to come in as well and deal with these guys. The DPS is high. Photon Overcharge being used to kill these as well. And can the Marines hold their own? Pulsar Beam coming from the back, forcing a pickup and a liftoff, and moving on back down and now to the natural base. The Tempest isn't doing much at all. Has managed to stop all mining on that first base, though. And double Photon Overcharge going to chase those Medevacs away.
And this is what I was saying before, is being able to continually drop the second and the third. That is because it's so difficult for a ground army to get back and forth. It's so hard to deal with. And now Kawaiian is just in a well, I don't want to say a fantastic position, but he's in a position where he is really keeping BlackRa back on the heels of his feet.
He is, but at the same time, he is down 53 to 42 Harvesters. Kawaiian really not doing well economically. Does not have a third base up at all, and BlackRa does, dropping some Marines inside the main mineral line here, but the Adepts should be enough to clean this up, assuming they're not blocking themselves up, forcing a liftoff and a retreat once again. Kawaiian not able to do too much damage, but in the meantime, the Tempest does get taken down by 4 Vikings, and a Medevac. Tempest is gone. Full mining has resumed here at the main base for Kawaiian, and the third command center is just about to finish. There it is, being, oh, not even going to transform into an orbital command, going to land it now. He needs to get that economy up and going with that 3 base, and should be able to come back and start doing some hurt on BlackRa.
Well, and here's another thing. Never underestimate the power of the Mule Hammer. Just because he's at 46 workers right now doesn't mean that his economy is horribly further behind. Yes, technically it is a little bit further behind, but Mule Hammers are really nice.
Truth. So good. They can definitely compensate for about a 10 worker discrepancy compared to your opponent. So for sure, makes a lot of sense. Kawaiian also just finishing up here. A couple barracks, and there's a Ghost Academy in here too. Where is that thing? Where did it go? Ah, back in the natural. Ghost Academy setting up. For Ghost production, I have to assume there it is. Ghost on the way. Not sure he's going for nukes or just for EMP, but either way, I do like to see Ghost in this matchup.
And just as he's doing the Ghost Academy, I like BlackRa's decision to go with the Templar Archives. In this situation, considering how much Kawaiian is going, just how much bio he's dedicated himself to, I like the the ability for him to have Storm. I think Storm is a great thing to have right now, because it just deals so much incredible damage. Let me rephrase that. Not so much incredible damage. It just does a lot of really good damage to bio. I think it's a great choice. Especially
if Kawaiian has this many Marines. Look at this. Does he have any Marauders on the field at all? 43 Marines, a Ghost, a Hellion, and that's it for attacking units. So definitely no Marauders. Storm especially effective when there's low HP units taking it right in the face.
Granted, he will be getting Marauders because he is researching the concussive shell upgrade. So I would expect to get some in here, see some Marauders in here. But I don't know if there's going to be any here by the time that the Templar get here with Storm. I think that BlackRa might very well just absolutely shred Kawaiian's front door.
Yeah, looking like a pretty darn good composition. Has an Immortal, has a ton of Templar. Not quite enough for Storm yet on most of these. But getting there, and actually Storm's not researched, that would make sense. Waiting on that to finish up. The Vikings,
most of them do have the energy for it.
Yes.
He just needs to wait for it to finish.
Yeah, is he chrono boosting that? He is. He's chrono boosting that out. And the Vikings actually trying to chase down this War Prism. War Prism fast enough to escape. Vikings did poke into that third for BlackRa. Didn't quite do any damage to him, however. And
nice feedback on those Ghosts.
Yeah.
Really nice feedback.
on the one there, right? So the only ghost.
Yeah, sorry, just the one.
Yeah, but definitely keeping that energy low on the ghost is going to be useful because EMPs are going to come and start hitting them right on the head here. Just waiting for reinforcements, waiting for that storm to finish. Storm is finished, and I think BlackRa is going to make his move.
Yeah, here it goes.
And indeed he is. Yeah, Storm there. And actually forcing the army back. Kawaiian retreats fully here. Ghost does get the EMP off, but gets feedback. A lot of Storms on the left side. Group of those Marines. A ton of Marines are dying. Just standing on in, taking those shots. Swinging around from the right side. Another huge Storm bringing a bunch of those Marines. And a stim. On top of that, these Marines have no HP at all. And here goes BlackRa throwing up the Guardian Shield. Marines are falling all over the place. There is no hope for them whatsoever. Medevacs are trying to heal units that are not there anymore. And a GG from Kawaiian. Kawaiian's defeated. BlackRa is victorious.
It just wasn't enough. And even if he was able to somehow stave that off, which there was really no way, +1/+1 was just about to finish for BlackRa too. So even in the next engagement, Kawaiian was going to get shredded. Yeah,
definitely true. You'd try to go with the EMP is always a good choice, but didn't get too many of those off. And just, again, not really doing any storm dodging. It's weird because Marines are fast, especially stimmed. And, I mean, standing in and just taking the brunt of an entire storm is pretty much a worst-case scenario for you as a Terran. That's what Kawaiian did here. So, nice job to BlackRa. Tough beans there for Kawaiian on this ladder match. Hopefully we'll see a better performance from him on the next game that we cast, but I think that's going to be enough from us. All right, so this has been Falcon Paladin and Heartless together with your daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and visit Heartless again at its YouTube channel. There's a link in the description. You can also find him on Twitter. What's your Twitter handle, Heartless?
It's at HeartlessSC.
Are you anywhere else people can find you?
Yes, I am. I'm on Twitch, and I'm also on Facebook. Once again, HeartlessSC.
Oh, consistency. I do love consistency.
Right? Well, Heartless, just straight up Heartless had already been taken by someone, so I'm like, well, suck. So.
Well, yeah, tag on the SC tell, and everybody knows what it's for. Or they should.
Exactly.
Anyway. All right, so that's it from us. Again, you can find me on Twitter and Facebook at /FalconPaladin. Not so much of the Twitch for me, unfortunately, but until next time, as always, thanks for watching, you guys, and you take care of yourself.